Hello my love, it's Rachel here, and today we are going to talk about the Beautiful Creatures Tarot by J.R. Rivera and Jasmine Beckett-Griff. Now this deck came to my collection in 2017, it is the second edition and it is published by Schiffer Publishing, but I was not feeling her. Nothing was going on for several years until a relationship transformed, and that's what I'm excited to share with you today. So I'm going to bring some reviews to this channel, and I want to bring like meaningful reviews. I want to share with you how I've been working with any specific deck as a tool for inner clarity, for inner reflection, to understand my path. That's my goal. And I have been thinking about a name for this series, a title, a name. And I was thinking about maybe years later, but I really don't know. So I would like to ask you a huge favor. Please drop in the comments down below some suggestions that you would have for this series. You understand what I mean? Not any kind of review, a review after working with the deck for a period of time, and I have something meaningful to share with you. Now I want to start by talking about the guidebook. Beautiful guidebook, beautiful material. Look at this. So we have the images, and then we are going to have a little text here that is going to be like if this creature, because these are the beautiful creatures, right? So this little text here is like something that this beautiful creature is telling us. Then we are going to have the keyword, because these cards, they have keywords. And then we are going to have well, he's doing something that I really like when people change the cards. He's explaining a little bit about that card, that image that we have here. Then we are going to have the upright and reverse meanings. I don't really work with the guidebook with this deck because it's so intuitive, and I have not been working the guidebook, but it is a good guidebook. There are 15, I think 14 or 15 spreads here, and some of them are pretty nice. Like for example, the family tree is a very nice spread. Lucid dreams, so you even can do some dream work here. They have an astrological houses and a past life. I'll try this one, a past life spread, but there are 14 or 15 total. And then something that he says here, one thing that you should take in consideration is that the images in this deck are somewhat different and only loosely based on the traditional meanings found in the Rider-Waite-Smith cards, though there are some images that bear an uncanny similarity to that of the Rider-Waite-Smith cards. So that's one of the things that we're going to notice. They are not really, of course, this deck's not really a Rider-Waite-Smith clone. And then look this part here. Keep in mind that Jasmine has had her artwork published in different oracle decks. Be assured that none of those artworks will appear in this deck, making Beautiful Creatures 2nd edition special and unique. Now, I didn't go to my decks, my oracle decks, to compare and see if the cards are repeated or not, but here they're saying that they're not. Okay, so when I bought this deck came to my collection. I'm going to start by oh my god, it's so beautiful, isn't it? So when this deck came to my collection, I was super excited to buy this deck because I was already into Jasmine's artwork and the oracle decks. They're so fantastic, some of my favorite ones. But then the deck, this tarot, came to my collection and like nothing happened. But I was not feeling like, oh, this is a deck that should go away. Not at all. She's beautiful. And then I thought, oh, maybe I'll work with her more like an oracle. Let's see what's going to happen. But for years I didn't work with her. And I remember that after a while I saw online a deck. I think it was making playing cards, some place like this. I saw a deck using this artwork, and then I saw those images, but I was still not feeling. So I thought, maybe this artwork only works for me personally in oracle decks, but not in tarot decks, and I was fine with that. Until one beautiful day, I was looking at her. She was there, right, sitting on my shelf. I looked at her, she looked at me, and then we said, let's hold hands a little bit and see what happens. And yes, the magic happened. Something clicked. Something that really brought a transformation in my relationship with this deck was that I started looking to these creatures or these girls or women eyes. I'm going to call them creatures because it's the name of the deck, right? That's something that I would not do. Look at this. Even with the oracle decks. So this is some transformation that this tarot brought to me when it comes to Jasmine's artwork. I started looking to the eyes and seeing what I feel. And these eyes, they're telling me a lot. Because maybe you may say, oh, it's all the same. No, it's not all the same, at least not for me. So these decks being fantastic for intuitive reading. What happens to her as well is that she's a storyteller. So she's going to tell a story. And what I feel different about her as well is that some decks, I'm going to just draw one card, and from that one card I'm going to speak. And I can talk about that card for hours. That's not what I feel with this deck. This deck's more fluid. It's more, it invites us to go in a flow when we are doing the reading. So I feel like I don't stay with a card that long. I keep going, like, you know, she's very, very talkative, but in that sense, using several cards in a reading. And she's a storyteller. And we are having the best moments ever. I've been using her for personal readings. I've been using her in professional readings. It's been beautiful. It's been beautiful. So now I'm going to make a demonstration. And of course, she reads beautifully with any of Jasmine's oracles. So I love to work with her and the Le Vampire Oracle. But the one that has been bringing us beautiful messages is the Alice Wonderland Oracle, one of my beloved decks as well. I want to bring a review about this deck to the channel, and they have been working together beautifully. So I can work with the Alice as an overarching theme, but she can clarify any tarot deck, but she can clarify this deck like music. But another way that I found that is beautiful to use this deck, that is insightful to use this deck with the Alice with the beautiful creatures, is by pairing the cards. So sometimes I just draw a tarot card and an oracle card, and I'll see the layers that those cards are going to bring. Now I'm going to give you a sample reading, and we are going to let's ask for some insights, some advice on our spiritual path. So I'm just going to make a demonstration, but if it resonates, you feel free to make this reading yours, right? So the cardstock's really good. Let me see here. It's a little chunky. Oh, let me show you something. She's more like in the oracle side. Look. Here, comparing to a regular Rider-Waite-Smith and comparing to the Blue Angel Oracle. Let's see. It's a little smaller, but almost the same kind of shape, right? The cardstock's really good. Let me see if I can riffle shuffle here. It goes, but not my favorite. I prefer to not riffle shuffle this deck. And then let's ask for a message then for our spiritual path, right? Okay. So here we'll have the Hierophant, the Five of Pentacles, and the Hermit. So funny enough, the Hierophant's the cards that that we got there on Instagram, because I drew one card from the Wild Unknown Archetypes Oracle and one tarot card, so that we can think about our the archetypes that are actually playing some important role in our lives this month. The Hierophant was there, and we are talking about spiritual path. It feels like there's something about structures that we have to think about. We are being invited to question ourselves when it comes to these structures. And it could be any kind of structure, but because we're thinking about spiritual path, it makes me think about our belief systems. Our belief system, something that we believe, maybe even something that we are still bringing from an organized religion that we had in our past, or that is going on in other people's organized religion, and that we feel that triggers something inside us. Maybe you feel that it brings some scarcity. Maybe it makes you feel like you're apart, like separation, like we are all separated, right? Maybe that's happening at this moment. And what is the invitation for us? The invitation is that is the Hermit. The Hermit's another tarot card that is going to be connected to the Crown. So it's a little bit about stopping everything. What I've been thinking about here, what I've been feeling is less social media, less information, less newspapers. Okay, you can be informed, you can know, you can understand what's going on in the world, but it is your obligation, my obligation, our obligation to take care, to be the guardians of our own light. So that's wisdom. And now we are going to draw from the Alice the Wonderland, and then we are going to see, I'm going to draw one card for each tarot card, and then we are going to see if this card is going to confirm what we are saying or not, or if it's going to give us another layer of understanding. So let's ask for a card for each one of our tarot cards here. Okay, so let's go here. Okay, so here we are going to have the Hierophant with belong to your own dream, create your own life. It's a confirmation, in my opinion, right? So paying attention to whatever rules, whatever structures that don't make sense for us, that don't belong to our path, and being able to find that the difference or the division actually between us, between who I am and those beliefs that doesn't serve, those beliefs that don't serve who I am and the path that I am decided to take in this lifetime. Then the other one is going to be the Five of Pentacles with all must have prizes, trying to please everyone. Yeah, for me it feels, this combination here, for me it feels like the desire to be part of something, being accepted, being validated. So we are being invited to go against that will, to reclaim our power, to understand what's meaningful for us, and saying enough. I'm not feeling this separation as scarcity anymore, but maybe as my right to reclaim what is correct for me, what is right for me. And here we have the Hermit with growing up, wanting to grow in experience, rejection of perpetual youth. For me, this combination here. Can you see how all the oracle cards, they are confirming our message in the tarot cards? Here, it's confirming that we want to grow in experience. We want to reject perpetual youth. Rejecting perpetual youth is rejecting our need to be taken care of, to please, right? The adults, so that we can be taken care of, so that we can survive, so that we can be validated. So we are being invited to look inside, to be the guardians of our own light, even if the price is to make people getting upset, because that's going to happen. That happens often. When we are doing everything that people want, they're happy. When we start saying no and then off, they may get really upset. Isn't that true? So that's how these decks, they have this beautiful conversation. Not necessarily I'm going to read the tarot then draw the oracle cards. No, I can draw them together at the same time and then see the messages that are coming through and understanding whatever these cards are trying to tell us. Look at this. Look at this. So my dear one, let me know if you have this deck, the beautiful creatures. How is your relationship with her? I'm looking forward to hear from you. It's a deck that, as I told you, she was not my cup of tea, but now she has such a special spot, such a special place in my collection, and she has been helping me to give beautiful messages. And I mean beautiful messages, I think I'm trying to say clear messages, because in the end of the day, I face my work as a work of bringing clarity. Not clarity about everything, but clarity about where we are right now, our path right now. And that's it. That's more than enough for us to make a beautiful story. Looking forward to hear your experience with her here in the comments. And if you like this kind of video, check this one here. Remember to subscribe and be part of our community. I'm so grateful for your presence. See you in the next video, my dear.